Hey guys, this week I'm going to show you what I did with a track that has a lot of guitars. Real cool track done by my friend Max Belladonna. The artist is Exilia, Exilia. Incredible song. And the reason we chose this is because even though this is a guitar song, a pretty heavy song, the same process works for a bunch of keyboards, a bunch of background vocals, a bunch of bagpipes. In Will's case, he brought me a 20 kazoo band. So this works for a lot of different things. Let's jump right in. I'm going to play the song. This is Satellite by Exilia, produced by my good friend Max Belladonna. So here's the finished product without vocals. All right, now before you change the channel, I caught you off guard, didn't I? Before you change the channel, I'm going to show you these guitar parts. I got 8 guitars. It could have been 8 synthesizers, 8 background vocals. And let's go through the process of how to organize them and make them fit within the framework of what we're paid to do. Okay, here's the 8 parts right here. Now, I'll show you what they sound like combined, but let's start off with a guitar that I felt like was the foundation of them all. Now, what I wanted to make sure was that I got a lot of width on it and that I got the right sound to build off of. Next, what I did was I wanted the guitars to be a little wider, a little bigger, a little everything, you know, more is always better. So the next track I added was this guy here. If you notice dark essence on this track, that gives me a little more low end. And then I started kind of just filling in. I wanted a little more grind, and I realized that this grind track also gave me a nice width by using these delays. Very short, very tight delays. Not bad, we're getting there. But in this particular song, I wanted a little more buzz. So I found some buzz on this guy right here. The way Max works and the way a lot of guys work is they'll start with one sound, they like it, then they need a little bit more. So not every sound is supposed to contribute 100%. So Max is a top producer, and so it's my job to figure out exactly why he gave me those tracks. And it's pretty easy. You just listen to them and figure it out. Now, if this were a bunch of keyboards, it's the same thing. Sometimes one keyboard is contributing the wormy moog sound, another one might be contributing the top end buzzy sound, particularly in the dance world, the EDM world. It's not unusual to get that many synths that combine to get one sound. So let's finish this off. There's a little single note riff. Excuse me. There's a little single note riff in there that you kind of hear. So everything else is basically just emphasizing that riff. Okay, we got a guitar sound. Now I wanted a bass sound, so let's listen to those two guys together. And this is what I came up with to get them to work together. Now, if we just listen to the bass, you'll notice I didn't want the bass to get into the guitar's territory. The guitar gives us the credibility. It helps us define what type of song it is. But the bass gives us power. And we needed that power to imply the power of the singer. This singer has an incredibly powerful voice. So if we had a little wimpy track, it's going to feel kind of odd. So I felt like, now in some types of music we get the power from the kick drum. In this song it's the bass. So let me show you what I did to the bass. Okay, these two are copies of each other. They're identical. This one I wanted to get the low end, so I rolled pretty much everything above 1.4K off. Let's see what that sounds like. And then I had to clean it up a little bit below 36. Then a little bit of EQ for that. We got our salt, let's add our pepper. Nice compressor. Like what the compressor has, it's pretty cool, huh? You know, it wouldn't be a day Pensado track if I didn't do something whack. So I just couldn't get the bass to be in my face. So I threw a little R bass on it. Added a little bit of limiter. But it still wasn't limiting enough, so I added another limiter after that limiter. This is America. This is America. If a little's good, more's better. The last compressor is adding a little bit of volume, so don't be fooled by the apparent kind of coolness of that. Okay, so now I experimented with this. I'm going to let you guys decide. I'm taking out a little bit of 130. I ultimately didn't use it, but I'm going to let you hear it, and you can decide if you like it or not. So let's hear it with the guitars. Now the guitars are pretty much there's not a whole lot below 200. In a more pop setting, I like taking that little bit of extra 100 and change out, 138, 140. But I left it in because I wanted it to be, didn't want this mix to sound like we were trying too hard, and so sometimes the edges and the warts can be a little rewarding. Okay, so remember, this is not just a guitar thing. This can be applied to any group of keyboards. So I'll leave you, and we'll fade out on the song. Let's go.